Today is October 11th, and I want to talk about what today is. Today is, or I guess some would say was, Columbus Day. I was up this morning, getting ready for school, eating breakfast, and I happened to turn on the TV for some stupid reason. I don't know why, to check the news, which is a really dumb idea. Morning local news is retarded in the least. So anyway, I was watching the news, and these two guys started talking about Columbus Day and how it was a stupid holiday to ever celebrate, and that Columbus was this tyrannical, evil person, and we don't even know why people even think about it or talk about it anymore, and how it's just dumb, and blah, blah, blah. They started just going off on how stupid it was, and I got really, really angry, because I think it's stupid that people are so naive and just immature and liberally stupid about everything that it was so frustrating. Okay, I get that people don't want to celebrate Columbus Day because, for whatever reasons, they think, well, he didn't discover America first because there's Magellan and the Vikings and, the Indians were already here, or the Native Americans, whatever you want to call them. They're already here, they've been here for thousands of years or whatever, and all this different stuff, and then plus, what resulted from his conquest was a lot of violence and a lot of murder and killing and destruction. But they sound so stupid when they talk about it. I wish I could think of a better word than stupid. So uneducated about the topic, because if you've ever read any of Columbus's letters, which I had to read for a lit class, you would know that that is not at all the kind of man that Columbus was. He had the utmost powerful, scratch that. He had the greatest hopes for discovering India, what he thought was going to be India, but for discovering America. He was, for one, he felt divinely impressed to go and search for this new land that hadn't been discovered yet, that they knew was out there somewhere, but no one had ever been there. He really didn't want to destroy anything, and when he got there, his letters talk about how beautiful he found America, and that it was rich in materials and minerals, and it was just beautiful soil, and it was just going to be this great new place for, these people to expand on. Man, it's not speaking well today. And then when you get to the end of his letters, before he came back to America, or before he came back from America, or afterwards, I can't remember which, but he has a broken heart. I mean, he is so sorrowful for all that has happened, because he never intended for the atrocities to take place that did take place. And he talked about how it was really his people that came over that were the savages, and not the people that ended up being destroyed, and the Native Americans that were killed. That was not his intention at all. And I'm sick and tired of people talking about how they are, angry, that we celebrate Columbus Day, and that we celebrate Columbus at all, and that it's technically still a holiday on our calendars because he was a terrible person, and blah, 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 and so frustrating. And it just makes me think about all things, how people, and I have this problem too with various things, but how people base opinions on things that other people say, and they don't research things themselves, and they don't really know what they're talking about. They don't have fully structured, detailed opinions about things. They just heard somebody say, oh, well, this terrible thing happened, like, oh, well, I hate that thing too then, because someone told me it was bad. And it's like, just like, this is going to get very political, but how everyone thinks our new president is spectacular and amazing and wonderful. How he was going to bring change and change and change and hope and change and hope and more change and hope. For one, what does change mean? That is the most abstract term when not paired with anything else. I'm going to bring change. That change could be communism or socialism or death. Okay, and same with hope. Hope for what? Hope for chain gangs? Hope for, cars? I mean, what does that mean? But people heard that one thing and they're like, oh, he's going to change things. Okay, he's the next best president. I'm not saying that the other parties were at all adequate for presidential candidates, because they were by far, no one was at all, should have been, cops. My point is, if you're going to like or dislike something, make sure you have all the facts, because you can make a fool of yourself when you start talking about things that you really don't understand, because you're not fully informed on what you're talking about. And I know that, again, I fall into this category sometimes, and I need to work on that and really make sure that I am fully engrossed and informed on what it is that I'm talking about. So anyways, it's Monday. Peace out.